All the other zombies in the Matrix will let things slide and enable y'all. But those of us who operate outside of the Matrix, we're holding you accountable and we're not letting you slide in enabling shit. So the point is that we're not going to continue to allow y'all to victim blame. We're not going to continue to allow y'all to operate backwards in life, because that's not how life is supposed to be. So if I'm relaying that Black people have a lot of problems, and I'm relaying some of the events, some of the things I've had problems with, and you're coming in my comments telling me I need therapy, that is what you call unconscious. That is what you call low vibrational. That is what you call backwards. Because you chose to make me feel bad, someone who is constantly passive and peaceful towards people's irrationality and low vibration. That is my only problem. I have to learn to be more impulsive, although impulsiveness is a low vibration. But you have to know when to rush and you have to know when to be patient. I have to learn to rush and speak up for myself more instead of not caring, because that's what it stemmed from. It don't stem from fear. It don't stem from being no punk. It stemmed from being lazy, honestly. It stemmed from me not caring. I don't want to speak up for myself. I just want to be quiet and be at peace. I didn't ask you to taunt me. I didn't ask you to do anything irrational towards me. I didn't ask you to down talk me. I didn't ask you to do anything negative to me for me to have to open up my mouth and speak up for myself. But I can't continue to make that excuse. When you're passive towards things, it doesn't matter if you really cared and that thing hurt your feelings or not. Everything is energy. That was a negative, low vibrational energy that was placed on you. So you have to release that. In order to release energy when it comes to negative situations, you have to speak up for and defend yourself. If you bury it, then that makes you irrational and make you want to lash out at the wrong times and towards the wrong people. That is my problem, and I'm well aware of it, which stems from a positivity, me being passive towards people's negativity. So you're not about to come on my YouTube and try to make me feel bad because I want to vent a little bit and let out energy towards me being so strong and taking so much from the Black community, to be exact. We're not just talking about them. Humans are humans and imperfection is imperfection. But when you grew up in a predominantly Black community, when you venture off, move to other cities, other states, it may be more diverse. It may be more of the opposite culture. But you're still interacting with your own race, and you are still noticing how irrational and weird Black people are. And you're going to sit back and blame the victim instead of shaming the people who are operating wrongly towards others. We also have to learn how to set boundaries. You have to set boundaries right away. You have to put your foot down. I've been through enough situations where I was disrespected right in my home. And instead of hurrying up and kicking a nigga out or whatever, I just sit back and observe. But that's how you learn. And you also build up strength in that way. Not saying, not giving you the advice to operate in that way. But it's just the truth, you know. What's bad can create goodness from it. It's just like trials and tribulations. You're learning from those things and you're growing and strengthening yourself. Although you had to go through that harsh experience, that bad experience. You see what I'm saying? But anyways, I told this younger guy that I had met. He said he'd, pull up with smoke and, he trying to help me feel better. Why when he get there, like I say, typical Black person, he does nothing but belittle me. He does nothing but condescend me. He's talking to me at one point. I'm not paying attention to him because I just want energy around. It's not about him as a person. Like, I expressed that to my cousin one time, and I like that we're on the same frequency in a way. She understands the things that I say, and she has the same emotions sometimes as well. But I relate to her one time, being an introvert and just being, it's not just about being an introvert. When you're a person that don't really care about people, being in your face. Like, I care about people spiritually. I don't care about people on a physical level to where, you know, I'm a socialite and I'm always at somebody's house and somebody is always coming over and I'm having company. I don't care to that degree. So I'm just like, sometimes I just need energy around as a comfort and as a source of balance. I can't always be alone. I can't always be quiet. I have to be social, or I have to interact or surround myself with other energy, so I'm not just isolated. So sometimes when you're around me, I don't even want you to speak. I don't care. It's not about you as an individual. I just wanted some energy around to help balance out my life. Give me a little comfort. So I'm not even paying attention to old boy, and he talking and I'm just like, huh? He like, if you can, you can hear me. Saying stuff like that is condescending, bro. Cut out all the obnoxious, smart ass shit that does not make you intelligent. And it does not make you strong physically. So what is the point of talking to people like that? None. It serves no purpose. And black people do that a lot. If you can, you can hear me. I'm not a child. I'm a grown adult like you. And you're inside my home where you're supposed to give me respect. Do I say anything? I just ignore him. And I'm still not paying attention to him. He talking to me again. I don't know. I'm just like, He like, you slow. I'm not slow. I'm not paying attention to you. Like, you really think I said, because you put some basic words together in a sentence and you think that I couldn't grasp it right away? Like, you really thought that? Once again, niggas are always condescending and talking down to you. Why would you call somebody slow? And black people talk that way a lot. Niggas are always calling each other weird. You're calling each other slow, or you're calling each other corny. You're just constantly disrespecting one another. Why are you trying to make the next person feel bad about themselves? Like, are black people that insecure and fucked up with their own self that they have to keep constantly operating that way without changing it? Like, do y'all evolve? Do you care to evolve or no? I'm going to proceed. Then at a certain point, he see this Joyce Meyer's book. It was just sitting there, but he didn't know that because I'm not a book reader. God gave me the ability to learn based on experience, observation, and intuitively. I hate reading. It's boring. And for all those sheep who think that's the only form of learning, you're basic minded. Life is complex. There's so many different ways to learn. So anyways, seeing that book inside my home is a clear indication that I read it, whether he knows I actually did or not. Why would he go to be like, oh, I think you need to read this? Like talking down to me, like I need some help in life when I haven't said anything to you to show you any form of stupidity or lack of wisdom or anything. But that's the typical nigga way. They love to talk down to you like you're a child. I'm going to go on. I have so many situations where black people were irrational to me. And then y'all gonna see what I mean. Because you're not gonna sit up here and try to blame me and people like me who constantly endure other people's low vibrations, and I'm still persevering in life and standing strong. So why I get to the point where, like I said, when you suppress emotion, you let it build to the point of exploding. So instead of speaking up for myself right away, I let myself explode and we ended up getting into it. And he's just like, females are crazy. You see what I be talking about? That is just low vibration on top of low vibration on top of low vibration. These are human ways I'm talking about, but we're not talking about humans. We're talking about the black community. So it's like a lot of y'all are in the low vibration of belittling and patronizing other grown adults. That's one low vibration. Then you blame everybody else and act like everybody else is crazy because you have no conscious awareness of your wrongdoing. That's absolutely insane. You live inside of your body. How don't you see the things that you do? How don't you hear the things that you say? That's another low vibration on top of one low vibration. Need I go on? So he done said all that stuff to me, condescended me, talked down to me. And on top of it, He came over to make me feel better because I told him I'm going through things emotionally. And what did he do? He came over. Satan worked through him because he's a low vibrational, basic minded nigga, which is typical, to bring me down. Like, was this just spiritual warfare? Satan brought you over here to try to make me feel worse? Because you don't even know how to correlate your actions with what was told to you. I told you I'm going through stuff. Typical black people. Another situation. Ex-boyfriend's a tattoo artist. This girl named Karma used to... She wasn't even a tattoo artist. I don't know what the hell she used to do there. But one time she helped me get some weed. You know, her and her best friend take me and then they come back and, you know, I'm nice enough to share my weed with them and they're like, I'm damn near smoking up all my weed just because y'all took me to get some. Like I should have threw you a little nug and that was it. But anyways, we done smoking and kicking it. Her best friend already go to the car. I don't even know how we got on the subject, but we start talking about work and I work like 7 hours, 8 hours, like 7 days a week at my spa. And that's because although I do know that anytime you're going through stuff or in life in general, you're supposed to put God first. You turn to God, you know, you don't turn to any other vice. You don't smoke, you don't drink, you don't become a workaholic to mass emotion, but whatever. Because I am so spiritual, it's like, that's not enough. I need some form of physicality. So I started overly working to mask my heartbreak. So I relayed that to her, something along those lines. And I don't know how we got to the point of her comparing me to my ex-boyfriend. And she just like, he doesn't get made to work extra hours. He chooses to. I said, nobody made me. I chose to. This is a black woman. Like I say, typical black person. They are crazy. She says, right inside my home. She says, who makes himself a slave? You can't make this stuff up. That's totally talking down to me. And then that made absolutely no sense and was highly irrational. Did I say anything to her? No, because I'm not quick to anger. And I've never been like that. I'm not quick to get defensive. That's just not in my nature. I'm very strong spirited. I'm quick to be patient with people. That's my nature. So I'm just observing her like, this bitch is, something is wrong with her. Why would you just disrespect me like that right in my home at that? And then if you're saying, oh, Kendrick wasn't forced to work extra hours. He makes his own hours because he has his own tattoo shop. Like, what? That was you giving me a slave mentality. You assume that boss or a manager made me work extra hours that I didn't give to myself. That would be being a slave. I chose to work extra hours, and it's not being a slave because you get paid more money to work extra hours. Like, what the hell is wrong with black people? Am I tripping? Y'all say the weirdest shit, bro. But y'all call everybody else weird. I'm gonna go on. I have like 10, 20. I have numerous situations where black people have said the strangest things to me. And you're gonna sit up here and say, I need therapy? I'm the same person who has natural intelligence. I grew up in a very unemotional environment. I wasn't taught shit. I was just raised right. I am very sane to where I know how to talk to people naturally. I was just talking to my roommate about that last night. This one dude I met, he a homeless crazy nigga, not even in his right mind. He talked to himself out loud. But the thing about God is he can work through anybody. Anybody can speak some truth. It don't matter what state you in. And it's not about kissing a butt or trying to get their approval. It's just the truth. He said, he read my energy. He said, white people like you because you know how to talk to them. That's just like this lady when I had visited Philly one time and I was at the bar in my little hotel room and we were talking about people who are diverse and know how to communicate with people of different cultures. And she said some people pertaining to me, because I was telling her that I have that ability. She said some people, that's because people are basic minded sheep. But anyway, she said some people will look at that like that's phony, but that's really a creative and a strong ability. That's really a gift to be able to talk to people of different races and different cultures, because not everybody can do that. Like I said, a lot of black people, as an example, don't even know how to talk to one another. How the hell is your horizons expanded and you know how to talk to people of different cultures? Because just like we have our own language, so does other cultures. So you have to know how to talk to different types of people as well. Like, do you know how to transition from talking in slang and then being articulate and talking in proper English? I am extremely, extremely conscious and a sane person. I'm an empath that's dealing with the low vibrational, ungodly, uneducated, no natural intelligence having, narcissistic, zombified humans in the Matrix. If anything, it makes sense for me to make videos like this. It makes sense. Ain't that much strength in the world, but it is though. But it is. And once again, that's another thing to thank God for. To be able to deal with so much low vibration throughout your entire life. It haven't made you commit suicide. It haven't made you play the victim and woe is me. You're just conscious of right and wrong. Sometimes you speak on it. You get it off your chest. And I continue to stand strong and persevere in life. But anyway, should I proceed with more examples? Because black folks are extremely crazy and say the strangest things. Yet they'll sit back and be like, you slow, you crazy, you weird, you everything that is me, and I'm reflecting it on you. Child, bye. That's just like my ex. Is he white? Is he Mexican? No, he's black. Typical smart mouth, irrational black person. He loves calling me weird. He loves making me feel low. Because, you know, that's what people like to do. We already broken up. We've been broken up for a while. I go to his tattoo shop one day out of nowhere. He just like, cause she weird. Cause she weird. Talking about me straight to my face to somebody else. And then a person who worked there that they was talking to went to defend me. How is she weird? Da-da-da-da-da. You can't just say that to a stranger. They don't know nothing about me. They didn't live behind our closed doors to see my irrationality or whatever you saw to make you be immature and call me names when you're a grown adult. But that's what's weird. But do I feel the need to defend myself and get upset and call you weird back? Because that's what you are. Why would you just call me a name out of nowhere and you want me to feel bad about who I am? That's weird. This is the same nigga. After we had broke up, he had came to my house one day. You're a grown man making conversation out of feminine products. He see my eyeshadow palette. He like, this the same eyeshadow palette you been had. I just ignored it. I give people the silent treatment a lot. That's my defense mechanism. I just give people the silent treatment. It makes people feel awkward a lot of the time, especially when they try to condescend me with a smile. I give them a real crazy look or a stonewalled look. Complete poker face. I bet you felt awkward after that, huh? Like, did you think I was going to laugh at myself with you? No, I'm not that type of weak ass dork. Like, no. But that's weird. For one, it wasn't even the same eyelash palette. And I'm not about to explain that because why the fuck would I open up my mouth to even entertain such a stupid conversation? And secondly, it's like, you're the one that's weird as fuck. You're a grown man making conversation out of eyeshadow. Like, huh? Do you know how to talk like a man? Do you know how to communicate like a normal person? Or should I go on? Should I proceed? I got more stories. I have a whole lot of stories when it comes to black people being irrational and talking to you crazy. It seems like y'all don't want to believe it. Some of y'all don't like it. Y'all can't handle truth. Do I need to say more? Oh, and I almost forgot about this. Last one and I'm done. For now. Because like I said, I still have way more irrational events where black folks are talking to you extremely crazily and stupidly and ignorantly. I have plenty more stories, but I'll finish off with this one. So lastly, me and my ex, a tattoo artist, right? We go to the movies. And for one, we may have not had no car within that phase or something, because eventually I had motivated him to get a new car because he kept trying to work on his BMW when we first met. And he damn well knows that you cannot fix those. Like, you know, a lot of mechanics can't even fix BMWs, so stop being dumb. So y'all see how I motivated my man and gave him advice? I didn't even mean to get on that subject. I didn't even mean to make this message, but y'all men are always talking about we are the leaders because that is the role that God gave y'all. But you aren't a leader just because you're born a man. See how the idiot kept on wasting money trying to fix a car that's not going to be fixed? And me having more sense in general, or just according to that specific topic, told him to stop doing that and let's just get a new car. And that worked out perfectly. The car was damn near completely paid off. And it ended up getting totaled because a drunk driver hit it while it was parked. So anyways, the chick Karma's best friend dropped us off at the movies. And the nigga is a narcissistic manipulator, so he gonna ask her, do you want to come in the movies with us? Just so he could try to get a ride back. Did he know that I knew that? No, but I have a spirit of discernment, and he did not know that. But I knew that's the exact tactic he was trying to pull. Manipulation tactic. Like, this is our date. Why are you not putting that first versus trying to get her to tag along just so she could take us back home? Bitch, we live around the corner. We could walk or catch an Uber. Like, come on now. And so then we're trying to figure out what movie we want to watch. That's when The Gambler was in theaters. That boring ass Mark Wahlberg movie. He talking about he want to see The Gambler. I said, I don't want to see that. I keep saying, I don't want to see that. That movie look boring as hell. Like, I know you're a man, but you shouldn't even want to see that. It doesn't look good at all, and it wasn't. So anyways, like I said, he's narcissistic. Narcissistic people are manipulative. They're nothing but low vibrational people. So they operate on different types of low vibrations. This fool gonna say, the person who is paying for the movie or some shit, the person who decided to come to the movies is the one who have to pick the movie. Some manipulative shit. And he really thought that he tricked my mind by saying that. But you know what God teaches us? Not to argue with fools. So I said, I'm done talking to the fool. Let's just watch the movie you want to watch, since you're a selfish, narcissistic person and you can't put the woman first to see the movie I want to see. I'm not going to die. I'm not going to have a heart attack and pass away because I don't get to watch a certain movie. So let's just go watch The Gambler. And then that one, I took me a good little nap. But you see what I'm saying? Black folks have shown me the strangest, the utmost strangest behavior, dude. And then they will point the finger and call you weird and call you names. Child, anytime somebody is calling you a name, it's always a reflection of them. Because why are you low vibrationally calling somebody a name and trying to make them feel insecure in the first place? Because you're a low vibrational loser. That's all for now. For those of you who get it, get it. This was not made in the making to hurt the feeling of any black person. This was not in the making to play victim. This was not in the making to woe is me. This is in the making to learn how the behavior of the black people is extremely toxic and continues to repetitively go on and not be changed. Anybody who doesn't agree, I want you to bend over and try sucking your own butthole. That's how much I give a damn. And for anyone who understands, you understand. Real, recognize real. For anybody who wants more videos on this subject and enlightening others about the toxicity of the black community, to the point of praying more, disciplining more, not being an enabler, correcting ignorance and disrespect when you see it, sending the Latin origin version niggeroids, the positive of affirmations, so maybe God will hear it, it'll be placed into the air, and these ignorant poo-putt butt Negroes will finally change. Once again, anybody who doesn't like it, too bad. And have a nice day.